yarny friends. I'm Sara Sach, your resident elf. Well, it's Friday Fun Day and it's Christmas in July. And so I have a really fun and simple project that we're going to do today. We're going to make some curly-cue beaded icicles. These are super fun to hang on a tree, decorate your mantle, whatever you want to do with them. And they're really easy and it's fun. This one I added a bell to. I did this one in silver with silver beads, and I just added some stars on the end. I'll show you them again in my other camera when we get started, but they're a super fun way to use up some of your leftover Christmas yarns, because even though I made those in silver and sort of a cream color, I used a glitter yarn, but I'm going to show you on a different kind of yarn today just to make it a little easier for you to see. The camera kind of messes with the metallic thread that runs through there, but don't worry, I will show you exactly how to make them and it will be super fun. All right, now you can find the pattern with lots of pictures on my blog. And as always, I'll put that blog link down in the notes underneath this video. Oh, wait, that's Santa, not the elves, isn't it? So to make our curly-cue icicles, I used this silver metallic from Redheart Super Saver. And then I used this cream with the gold metallic from I Love This Yarn. They're both medium weight, number 4 acrylic yarns. For today's demonstration, I'm going to use this real light blue. It's a really pretty blue and I like using it. And I think it's going to make it a little easier for you to see because the glitter in the yarn kind of messes with the camera lights, okay? And it's going to be really pretty anyway. I think it'll look really nice in blue. Now you're going to need some beads, and I've got out a bunch of beads here of different sizes. This is my bead stash. And I have a bunch, and I've got more than this. But you can use like your regular size pony beads. These are the smaller pony beads, and these are my favorites to use on these. And then I've got lots of different things like blue stars, red stars. I've got wooden beads, flowers in all colors. And then I have some bells if you want to add a bell at the bottom like I did to this one. I think it'd be really cool to hang those on the outside of your house, decorate outside, maybe put it in some of your trees, and then when the wind blows, the bells ring, you know, like a chime. But yeah, I've got a ton of beads, and I haven't decided what beads I'm going to use yet. So you're going to need approximately 15 to 20 beads, depending on how long you want to make your curl. Now you could make it super long and put it on a Christmas tree for a tinsel, maybe across a chimney to help decorate there. You could make it in green and make it look like the floral green and put red beads. Wouldn't that be beautiful? All right, so it's kind of up to you. It takes very little yarn to make these, not even half an ounce. Okay, so we're going to use our H hook to crochet our curl, which is a 5mm. You're going to need a needle, and I do recommend a straight needle so it makes it a little easier to get those beads on. And then you're going to need a pair of scissors. Now, as far as the decorative beads, we put some at the top and the bottom, and I used a different amount. And that's kind of up to you. You could do a couple of bells. You could do, like here, I put a couple of stars on there. It's just up to you and how you want to embellish your icicles. I'm going to be using this light blue yarn that we talked about. It is a medium weight number 4 yarn. I have 15 white beads sitting here. Here's my needle and my crochet hook. We're going to take our needle and thread on our working yarn. And what that means is the working yarn is the yarn that's still attached to the yarn that you're going to crochet with. All right, let me move that back out of the way. And we're going to put all of these beads on here. And there are several ways of adding beads to crochet. This is just one of them. And hopefully as we do more Friday Fun Days, we'll get to learn more and different ways of adding beads and other things to our crochet. All right, so I've added all 15 of my beads to my working yarn. All right, we're going to remove our needle from our yarn. and we're going to grab our crochet hook, and you want to leave a tail of about 6 to 8 inches before you start your slip knot. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Now we're going to slide one of the beads forward and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. Then we'll do that again. Slide a bead forward and chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And so we're adding the beads onto our chain. We're chaining 3, sliding a bead forward and chaining 3. 1, 2, 3. Now don't make these chains too tight because we're going to be stitching those curl stitches in those chains when we come back down to form those curls. 1, 2, 3, and we'll continue to do this until we've pushed all of our beads forward. So I chained 3, pushed a bead forward, chained 3, pushed a bead forward, and repeated that until I was all out of beads. And again, this is 15 beads, but if you want your icicles longer or shorter, you can adjust those beads. After my last bead, I chained 3. All right, and now we're going to be turning and working down our chain. All right, so we're going to double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in the 4th chain from the hook. And that's going to be on our first bead. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go in. We'll just pretend like that bead's not there. And we'll stitch a double crochet, chain 1. Whoops. There we go. Need some more yarn. Double crochet in that chain. All right. So we double crocheted, chain 1, double crocheted in that 4th chain from the hook. And I'm going to get some more yarn out here. There we go. And so what we're going to do in each of these chains, working back down our chain, is stitch a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in each of those chains. And you'll notice as you begin to work that it won't be long and it'll be curling up on you. See how it's already starting to curl? Double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in each of those chains. And you have to just stitch and ignore those beads like they're not there, because they'll be running down the inside there and they won't be peeking out all the time. They'll just be showing through and making it look super pretty. And see how it's already starting to curl around? That's what we want it to do. So we're just going to continue working all the way down the chain till we reach the other end, stitching a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in each of those chains. And again, we're ignoring all the beads, acting like they're not even there. And they'll just peek through from the inside of our curl or icicle. And see how pretty that is when they peek through? They also give it a little bit of weight so it's not as tight or dense of a curl. All right, so I'm going to keep working on down. Again, I'm stitching a double crochet, chain 1, and double crochet in each of those chains. So I continue to stitch double crochet, chain 1, double crochet in each of the chains. So now I have a curly icicle. You can see the beads popping through on the inside. Makes it super pretty. Here's my last one. Now what I want to do is I want to make sure that I cut this the same length. And we'll just tie that off. We're going to put these two ends together. and we're just going to tie a knot. Because we have our two long strands at the top of our curl, we're going to do that first. So I got a needle here, and I had to go down a little bit on my needle size because I'm putting these beads on and their hole is a little bit smaller. So when you do that, if you fold your yarn over the needle and kind of pull on it a little bit tight, then you can work that in there and pull it through. All right. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 of the white beads. Then I'm going to put on this bead here, and this is super pretty. It's got little crystals on it. It is plastic, but it still has some little like silvery crystals on there. I think that'll look really pretty on there. And then I'm just going to use 2 more of the white beads. I was going to put some more blue ones on there, but I don't think it's needed. All right, and this is the top, so now I'm going to pull the needle out. I'm going to make a knot right above those beads. And that's going to keep those where they need to belong so they don't slide up and down. Just gently work that knot. There we go. And then I'm going to come up a little ways and make another knot. And this just makes a hanger or a holder for our ornament at the top. We can put our ornament holder in there. And I'm just going to clip that. All right, so that is how the top is done. So we finished the top where our hanger is of our icicle, and now we're going to do the bottom. So we're going to cut a piece off, 10 or 12 inches. I always cut more than I need. That way, in case I change my mind, you know. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our crochet hook. We're going to fold this in half. We're going to put this on the same way you do a piece of fringe. And I like to go through one of the stitches as well as the bottom. That way it's going to be on there nice and secure. Just like that. Okay? That's the way you put on a piece of fringe if you're putting it on, say, a poncho or something. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to do the same thing. We're going to fold that yarn over our needle. And then we can push that through the eye of our needle a lot easier. There we go. And now we're going to put on what we want on the bottom. I'm going to add 2 of the white beads. 1, 2. I don't think I'm going to use any of these other blue ones. I pulled them out just in case, but I really like the way that this one works. And it is a little bit of a struggle getting it on that yarn. There we go. That one was a little bit more snug than the other one, but it's on there. All right, so now we're going to put on these 2 white ones, and then we're going to add our bell. We do that a little bit different. We're going to go in that slot on the bottom. All right, but we want to pull it forward just a little bit and tie the knot underneath there like this. We want to try to hide that knot. Okay, then I'm going to do another knot. We don't want that to come undone. And you can add a little dot of hot glue or fabric glue, or even just a like an E6000 if you're worried about that knot coming undone. So here's the blue one all completed. We've got the beads on the inside running down the spine. Beautiful sparkle beads and pearl beads at the top and the bottom, and a jingle bell. All right, so then here's our cream colored yarn with the gold, and then our silver yarn with the sparkles, and I've added those bright pink sparkles and stars on this one. And so you can make these any way that you want to, any colors of yarn. Like I said, I think it'd be super cute to make it in green, use red beads, and it would look like holly and berries. So there's lots of fun ways that you can make these icicle curly ornaments. Wasn't that just so much fun? They're so pretty. So many ways to decorate with them for Christmas. I can't wait to make a whole bunch more of these, and I hope you will too. Get out your beads, get out your yarn, and your jingle bells. Merry Christmas in July.